Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Entheon's channel. We're sitting here once again with Tim. We wanted to do an update video because there's been a lot of things happening there at Entheon. So, Tim, how are you doing?
I am good, if a little tired from getting all those things we talked about done.
All right, so let's dive into them. So, tell me what you guys have been up to.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been work. We've been working feverishly. We recently announced the acquisition of Lobo Genetics, as well as the U.S. launch of our halogen genetic test kit, as well as some announcements of partnerships. And so, yeah, this is all sort of in the vein of going beyond just the potential of psychedelic medicines as being good treatments, but in the vein of Entheon really pursuing the notion of integrated psychedelic therapies with a sort of focus on personalization and safety. The acquisition of Lobo Genetics gives us the capacity to do a lot of the genetic testing analytic work in-house. Lobo comes with a 5,000 square foot analytic testing facility, and also does give us access to some very accomplished geneticists and researchers there. As we desire to expand the scope of the genetics side to be more healthcare provider focused, ultimately, as psychedelics become more validated in terms of their capacity to be seen as legitimate medicines, Entheon is trying to further that discussion and add to it by giving a more fundamentally data-focused and data-based means of assessing and assessing both risk factors as well as what is likely to be more potentially positive in terms of effect for individuals. As we understand that individuals, we often talk about psychedelics as being this broad panacea, but the reality is that there are very specific genetic differences as well as electroneurophysiological differences that dictate who is more or less likely to respond from various drug classes. So Lobo Genetics really does give us that opportunity to dive deep into the very sort of depths of the science that might inform this evolution of psychedelics being more informed by a variety of various biomarkers.
Yeah, it's a point that we've brought up multiple times. Growing the psychedelic sector is something that's got to be done through very meticulous, very careful, and very data-driven steps to kind of really show the legitimacy of it and eliminate as much possible risk that can possibly happen.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, and ultimately, we've talked about this before, but anyone that is brave enough to embark on a healing journey for a medical condition or a mental health condition should be supported by the most advanced and precise methods of making those diagnoses and then recommending care. And so, yeah, we're absolutely committed to doing that. And yeah, super excited about what the future holds. And then to that point of halogen, as the interest in the psychedelic space continues to grow, and we have people that are thinking about embarking on that healing journey, we now have U.S. access. U.S. sales are now open, and we've made some announcements recently. We've partnered with Silo Wellness. They're going to be publicizing and marketing our genetic test availability, as well as including it into their providing it as an optional step for those that are interested in undertaking ketamine-based care at Silo Wellness. So ecstatic to have them on board. And, we do have a very interested pipeline of people that are also looking to incorporate genetics into their patient onboarding. So yeah, keep your ears open. I think that we have a whole host of very interesting announcements to make with respect to that.
Wonderful. You guys heard the man. Keep your ears open. We'll get more updates to you as soon as we can. Tim, congrats on moving that into the US, and congrats on the Lobo Genetics acquisition. If anyone has any questions, don't be afraid to send them over to us. We'll be happy to answer them. And again, stay tuned for more. Tim, have a wonderful day.